Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new live stream. It is 10:59 p.m. here in Madison, Wisconsin, and the date is October the 29th. October the 29th, 10:59 p.m. here in the Central Time Zone. I wonder who's here, who's going to be tuning in. I never know when I start the live stream. So if you are here, please introduce yourself. Turbo is here. Hello, Turbo. Who else is here? Candy is here. Hello, Candy. Ken is here. Hello, Ken. Ken writes, God bless you. God bless you too, Ken. Thank you so very much. John Drake is here. Hello, John. Election 2024, a week of anticipation. There's a week left. A week left, my friends. We have been talking about election 2024 for a really long time, and here we are, a week away. Michael Brown is here. Hello, Michael Brown. Gerlina is here. Welcome, Gerlina. All right. Are you excited? Have you voted already? Should I do that poll again? Should I ask people if you voted? Turbo is writing about... Turbo. Sorry to hear about your health issues. Very sorry to hear about your health issues. Everyone, please keep Turbo in your prayers, in your thoughts, because Turbo is writing about some health issues with the neck and the arms. So we will pray for your speedy recovery, Turbo. Okay, everyone, I would urge you to keep Turbo in your thoughts and in your prayers for speedy recovery. Okay. Thank you for being here, Turbo, and thank you for letting us know. And we will make sure that we are sending our thoughts and our prayers to you, Turbo, so that you can recover very quickly. Okay. We wish you a full recovery. Okay. Candy writes, Turbo, I'll be praying. Other people are writing also. Okay. Gerlina is writing prayers for you, Turbo. Okay. Freshly is here. Hello, Freshly. Thank you for being here. Wow, lots of people joining. My friends, please don't forget to like. You gotta like this video, because the more you like the video, the more viewers get to watch. Okay. Michelle is writing, hi Tosif, how are you? Michelle, I am doing well. Thank you for asking. I had a good day. Okay. And thanks to God for every day, for every moment, for everything. I can tell you that it was a wonderful day. And my friends, there's a week left for the election. Here we are. It is Tuesday, October 29th. It is a Tuesday. And in just a few days, it's going to be the election. So I do have a poll question I want to ask you. This is a poll question that I asked you all last night towards the end of my live stream. So what I want to do is ask you the question at the start of the live stream. So have you already voted? Plan to vote early, or will you vote on election day, November 5, 2024? Okay. Already voted, plan to vote early, vote on election day? Okay, so the question is, have you already voted / plan to vote early, or will you vote on election day, November 5, 2024? I started the poll. Wow, we're 5 minutes into the live stream, 99 viewers already here. My friends, this is the power of all your likes. And so please let's get these numbers up. Okay, hit the like button. Thank you so very much. I asked the poll question. This is very important. This is for US citizens, obviously. Have you already voted or plan to vote early, or will you vote on election day? Okay, please let me know. If you ask me, Tausif, what did you do? Well, I voted early already. I voted on Saturday. Here we are. It is Tuesday night. I voted a couple days ago. I voted on Saturday. Kruger writes, is PA doing good enough? So Kruger is writing about Pennsylvania. I'm going to talk about Pennsylvania, but I also want to talk about a very important state, which is Arizona. I'm going to be talking about Arizona, and then I'll talk about Pennsylvania. And really, whatever questions you have, you can ask me, and we'll just talk about the election, okay? Every day now, there are so many things to talk about with regard to the election. Texas Repo writes, Trump will win Pennsylvania. All right. So my friends, in Arizona, there are some very interesting developments that are taking place. Okay, and you are going to be shocked. Well, I shouldn't say shocked. You are actually going to be surprised because it is a pleasant news. It's very pleasant. What I am about to tell you, you're going to like. And so, Arizona, what's happening in Arizona? My friends, you know, I hope you know, because if you've been following my channel, then you know this already, that in Arizona, there is a very important U.S. Senate race. I keep talking about the U.S. Senate race, right? Not just one Senate race, but all the different races across the country. Because the U.S. Senate, the balance of power in the U.S. Senate, there's a big question mark. Everyone's wondering, what will the U.S. Senate, the makeup of the U.S. Senate in the new Congress look like? Will the Democrats hold on to the majority? Will the Republicans regain majority? Will it be a 50-50 split? Right now, the Republicans have only 49 seats in the Senate, and there's a strong possibility that the Republicans will be able to gain some seats, okay? So why do I want to talk about Arizona? There's a reason for that. In Arizona, there is a U.S. Senate race, and it's a U.S. Senate race between Kari Lake and Ruben Gallego. Okay, Kari Lake and Ruben Gallego. Have you been paying attention to that race? I'm just curious. Those who are watching, have you been paying attention? Krista is here. Krista writes, Moreno for Senate. I love that message. If you are in Ohio, please vote for Bernie Moreno for U.S. Senate. Okay, it's time to retire Sherrod Brown. Garfield is here. Garfield is writing Kari Lake will lose. Garfield, before you draw conclusion, you got to listen to what I have to say. I mean, yeah, you're free to write whatever you want, Garfield, but I would recommend that you listen. You got to listen to what I'm about to tell you before you draw a conclusion. My friends, Arizona, it's a border state. And Trump is doing pretty good in Arizona. Trump is doing pretty good in Arizona. I mean, right now in Arizona, between Trump and Harris, do you know where things stand? Do you have any idea where things stand? Have you looked at the RCP average, the real clear polling average? Have you looked at the RCP average? Let me tell you, the RCP average, it is right in front of me. I have my laptop right here, and the RCP average, I can see it. The screen is open in front of me, and I can see in Arizona, when you look at the Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris race, the RCP average is Kamala Harris is at 47.4%, and Trump is at 49.6%, which means Trump has a 2.2 percentage point lead. So Trump is leading by 2.2 in Arizona. This is Arizona. It is a border state. And you know why this is happening? I'll tell you. It is my guess. Okay, and I'm keeping aside inflation and the economy and all of that. Okay, keeping all of that aside. Keeping aside what's going on in the world between Ukraine and Russia, keeping aside what's happening in the Middle East, keeping all of that aside, Arizona is a border state, which means that the people of Arizona, they are suffering because of the border crisis. And that's why I think Trump is surging in the polls in Arizona. I mean, we are a week away from the election, 1 week away from November 5th, and Trump, according to Real Clear polling average, is ahead by 2.2 percentage points in Arizona. Trump is ahead. Anurag is here. Hello, Anurag. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. And so in Arizona, Trump is ahead. Now, the question is, what's going to happen in the U.S. Senate race in Arizona? When you look at the U.S. Senate race, we saw previously that Ruben Gallego, the Democrat candidate, was leading. We saw that. I mean, the New York Times Siena poll had Gallego up by 7 points. CBS News poll had Gallego up by 9 points. Insider Advantage had Gallego up by 4 points. CNN had Gallego up by 8 points. I mean, so when you look at the Real Clear polling and you look at the individual polls, you will see, looking at the past polls, you will see that Gallego is up. Not just up, but up significantly. So Kari Lake was behind. However, my friends, Dana is here. Hello, Dana. However, my friends, that seems to have changed. There's a new poll that came out, and it is the Atlas Intel poll. The Atlas Intel poll just came out, and that poll is showing, and I'll tell you what it is showing. It is showing that Kari Lake is catching up. Kari Lake was behind significantly, but Kari Lake is catching up. According to the latest Atlas Intel poll, Ruben Gallego right now is at 48.4%, 48.4%. And Kari Lake is at 47.9%. So if you use approximation, 47.9 is basically 48%. And if you look at 48.4%, that's not too far up. In fact, when you look at the Real Clear polling website, it lists both Kari Lake and Ruben Gallego as 48%, according to Atlas Intel. So Ruben Gallego at 48, Kari Lake at 48, according to Atlas Intel. This is the latest poll. And so it is a tie. It is a tie in Arizona. My friends, I have been saying this. You know, I am on record because I do these live streams. So whatever I say, it's live. It's captured on video. And so you can go back and look at the different things I've said. Now, I have said, not just about Arizona, but also about Nevada, I have said, if every voter who is voting for Donald Trump also votes for the U.S. Senate candidate down ballot, then Kari Lake will win and Sam Brown in Nevada will win. Okay? My friends, every voter who's voting for Donald Trump in Arizona, if that voter also votes for Kari Lake, then Kari Lake is going to win. Trump's going to win in Arizona. Kari Lake's going to win in Arizona. I know Kari Lake has been behind. There are all kinds of different arguments and debates and different kinds of theories about why Kari Lake's behind, what happened, why was she falling behind. You know, I'm not going to go into that, okay? I'm not going to go into what Kari Lake said and how people reacted, you know, all the tension among the Republicans in Arizona, you know, different viewpoints, different thoughts, different whatever. I'm not going to go into that. We are a week away from the election. And the people of Arizona, the freedom-loving people of Arizona, they understand what's at stake. And so the people of Arizona, I believe, will overwhelmingly vote for Donald Trump. And each voter who votes for Donald Trump, if they also vote for Kari Lake, then Kari Lake wins. Very simple. Kari Lake wins. I understand that in Arizona, within the Republican circle, you know, I'm not part of the Arizona Republican circle. I've never been to Arizona. I've never met Kari Lake, but I've read. You know, I try to stay informed about things going on. And so, you know, I understand there are some John McCain supporters in Arizona who are not very happy with Kari Lake for things that, you know, she said in the past. I understand all that, but my friends, you know, even within one party, there are differences of opinion. There may be some conflicts. There may be some minor issues back and forth, maybe some major issues, but we have to look at the bigger picture. We have to look at the larger picture. We have to look at what's at stake. The future of our country is at stake. And so what does that mean? That means we need to gain as many US Senate seats as possible, including the seat in Arizona. So if the Republicans want to have a strong majority, not just a majority could mean like 51 seats, okay? And let's say if you get 50 seats, if you get 50 seats and then the same party also wins the White House, with the VP being the tiebreaker vote, then a 50 seat could give you a majority, or just 51 seats. But we want a strong majority. We want like 55 seats, 56 seats. We want more seats. Okay? And so, my friends, that's why I have been saying Eric Hovde in Wisconsin has to win, Bernie Moreno in Ohio has to win, Tim Sheehy in Montana has to win, Jim Justice in West Virginia has to win, Dave McCormick in Pennsylvania has to win, Sam Brown in Nevada has to win, Kari Lake in Arizona has to win. We have to win all these seats, my friends. We have to win all of these. So it is time for the Republicans in Arizona, okay? Uh, yeah, maybe you're not happy with what Kari Lake said previously, okay? About John McCain or whatever. My friends, focus on the bigger picture. Focus on the bigger picture. Put aside differences, whatever happened in the past, whatever conflicts there might have been in the past, whatever, this person said this, that person said that. Forget all that. Focus on the larger picture. We need Donald Trump in the White House. We need a strong majority in the US Senate. And so for that, please vote for Kari Lake. Vote for Kari Lake, my friends. Every Republican, I shouldn't say Republican, because I know that there are many undecided voters, independents, who are going to be voting for Donald Trump. There are Democrats, people who previously voted for maybe Hillary Clinton, they voted for Joe Biden, but now they are going to vote for Donald Trump because they finally understand what's at stake, and they know that the person who can secure our country, who can make our country strong, who can make our country great again, it's Donald Trump. So not just Republicans, undecided voters, independents, and also Democrats will be voting for Donald Trump. And so if every person who is voting for Donald Trump also votes for Kari Lake in Arizona, then Kari Lake is going to win, and we need that victory. And I think it's already happening. I think people are making up their minds. I think people are realizing, those who were, staying out of the discussion, maybe for a long time, there were people who really didn't make up their minds. They thought, we're not sure. Is it Kari Lake? Is it Gallego? Who is it going to be? So on and so forth. There are people who take time to make up their minds. They need more information. They seek more information. They want to learn more about the candidates. They want to learn more about the candidates' policy positions. They want to see some debates, some forums, some public town halls. My friends, I think those undecided voters are finally making up their minds. And I think some Republicans who maybe they were not ready to support Kari Lake, okay? Tension within the party, right? Some Republicans who perhaps did not want to support Kari Lake, now they see the bigger picture. As we get closer to the election, I think a lot of Republicans are realizing that within the party, whatever conflicts there may be, maybe you didn't like something that Kari Lake said, but you know what? Keep that aside. Vote for Kari Lake. Vote for Kari Lake. We need Kari Lake in the US Senate because we need a stronger majority in the US Senate. She's going to be a solid conservative in the Senate. We know that. Okay? And so I think those undecided voters are finally making up their minds. And that is what is reflected in this Atlas Intel poll that came out that shows that it's pretty much a tie. It's a tie between Kari Lake and Ruben Gallego. It is a tie. It is a tie. And so this is so interesting. Do you guys watch soccer? You watch soccer, right? You watch soccer and you see that one team is winning. Okay, one team scored 2 goals and the other team did not score any goal. And in the final 5 minutes of the game, the team that's behind ends up scoring 2 goals. And now it's like a tie. It's equal. Okay, and especially if it's like a semifinal game or a final game, then obviously it goes to additional time and eventually penalty shootout, right? I mean, this is not soccer, but this is what's happening. So Gallego is ahead by 7 points, by 9 points, by 4 points, by 8 points. Finally, a week before the election, we see that Kari Lake has caught up, and she is now, it's a tie between Gallego and Kari Lake. It's now a tie between Gallego and Kari Lake. My friends, I don't know how many people are listening to this. I mean, obviously, I know how many viewers watch my live streams because I can see the statistics on my end. But what I really mean is it's a country of millions and millions of people. There are so many people in Arizona. I don't know how many people in Arizona are listening to me and how many people in Arizona are listening to me and paying attention. If you are in Arizona, by the way, if you're in Arizona, please write it in the chat window. But my message is, if you are in Arizona, please, this is about the future of the country. Put aside differences. Focus on what's important. We have to send Donald Trump to the Oval Office, and we have to send Kari Lake to the United States Senate. United States Senate. I understand. Once again, I'll tell you, yeah, you may be a Republican in Arizona, and maybe you didn't like something that Kari Lake said previously, maybe about John McCain. I understand, there may be reasons, valid reasons for you to be upset. But you know what? People make mistakes. People say things that they then maybe they realize it was a mistake, shouldn't have done it. People have regrets. Things happen. Even like two brothers, they can say harsh things to each other, and then eventually the brotherly love comes back and they unite. Friends, lifelong friends, maybe they disagree over something and they have a quarrel, but then they get back again. Please focus on what's important. Arizona, we gotta win Arizona. We gotta win Arizona. Just think about, if nothing else, just think about the border. Think about what the Democrats have done to the southern border. Just think about that. Think about how many millions and millions and millions of illegal immigrants have entered the country. Think about all the violent gang members like Tren de Aragua, how they entered the United States because the Biden-Harris team kept the border open. Think about the lives lost, people who were killed by suspected illegal immigrants. So think about all that. Think about all that and focus on the bigger picture. We have to secure our border. We have to enforce our nation's immigration laws. We have to build the wall. Do you support it? Build the wall. We have to deport criminal illegal aliens. We have to strengthen immigration and customs enforcement, also called ICE. Do you love ICE? I love ICE. Okay? So if Donald Trump is elected, then ICE will be stronger than ever before. The Border Patrol will be stronger than ever before. Donald Trump is going to use all his power and all the resources, all his authority to build the wall. He made great progress in his first term. But there's more work to be done. Sadly, he didn't get the opportunity to continue working. And now we have tremendous damage. At the southern border, there's a crisis. In the economy, there's a crisis. And so Trump is going to have to win. He's going to have to come back to the Oval Office. He's going to have to fix the problems. And for that, he needs our support, our vote, and also he needs strong allies in Congress. He needs strong allies in Congress, and I know that Kari Lake is going to be a strong Donald Trump ally. Kari Lake is going to be an excellent U.S. Senator, and she's going to represent the people of Arizona. The people of Arizona will be very nicely represented in the U.S. Senate if Kari Lake is the U.S. Senator. Okay? So please try to understand how important this is. And when I saw this news, the Atlas Intel poll result, that it's a tie between Ruben Gallego and Kari Lake, after previous polls showed that Kari Lake was significantly behind, it tells me, Claudia Greenwood is here. Hello, Claudia. It tells me that the momentum is increasing. I keep saying one thing, and maybe some people who are listening to me out there, you may be thinking like, why does this guy keep saying the same thing every day? That, oh, support for Trump is increasing, support for Trump is increasing. I keep saying it every day because it is real. Support for Donald Trump is increasing each and every day. Each and every day. It literally is increasing. I am not talking about my feelings that, oh, I'm feeling more confident, or, oh, this is what I want to see happening. No, I am telling you facts. Support for Donald Trump increases every single day. And I think that is exactly what is represented in this poll result. Atlas Intel poll result showing Kari Lake and Ruben Gallego as a tie. Because there is an effect of the presidential ticket. The presidential ticket has an impact on down ballot races. And so as Donald Trump sees more support for his ticket, as support for Donald Trump grows, support for down ballot races, Republicans in down ballot races like Kari Lake also grows. And so I think those who thought, oh, Kari Lake's not going to be able to win, oh, she won't win, she's so behind. Let me tell you, we've seen these predictions before. Remember 2016? Do you remember 2016? I can tell you, I can talk to you about individual races, individual Senate races, okay? Individual races where people thought, oh, they know the results, but then on the night of the election, they got a huge, whatever you call it, a surprise or a shock. These political pundits, have you heard the term political pundit? You may be wondering, Tausif, are you a political pundit? I want to know, Tausif. I am not a political pundit, okay? I am not a political pundit. I don't know what it takes to be a pundit. I don't think I'm a pundit. I'm an analyst. I'm a public speaker. I'm an analyst. I'm a public policy analyst. I'm a political commentator. And I can tell you that all the political pundits who made bold predictions in 2016, many of them turned out to be wrong. And so, I think, regardless of what most of the polls show, I think Kari Lake has an excellent opportunity to win. And this Atlas Intel poll, which is showing that it's a tie between Gallego and Kari Lake, this poll result, with a week left to go before the election, it gives me tremendous hope. I'm always hopeful. I'm always optimistic, which is why I talked about these races. Why would I talk about Kari Lake's race or Sam Brown's race when polls showed these candidates were behind? Why did I talk about them? Because I know that there are things beyond the polls. There's a reality beyond the poll. No matter what the poll tells you, there are always things that happen in society that cannot be captured by polls. There are certain you know, strong instances of enthusiasm. There's enthusiasm and energy and optimism out there that cannot be captured by the polls. And that's why I don't rely on the polls 100%. I do see the polls. I know some are accurate, some are not so accurate. We have to look at the polls. But I can tell you one thing. A poll showing that Kari Lake's in a tie with Gallego, I think Kari Lake may actually be ahead. Kari Lake may actually be ahead. And so, my friends, if you are watching from Arizona, by the way, let me ask you, anyone from Arizona here? Is there anyone here who's watching me from Arizona? Tommy writes Colorado for Trump. Okay. Who else is here? Anyone from Arizona? Let's see. Okay. AC Cruz. Oh, AC, you are from Arizona. Okay. All right. So, AC, where in Arizona are you from? Cody is from Arizona. Okay. AC, which part of Arizona? Is it Houston? Did you say Houston previously? I can't remember. I think you might have told me. Okay, if you are from Arizona, Honey Badger writes Phoenix here. Okay. Oh, AC is from Phoenix. Okay. So, if you are in Arizona, please talk to the people around you. And I know that there are political figures who, in their speeches, they tell you this, right? They ask you, like, talk to your neighbors, talk to your, people around you, because it's so important. You really need to talk to the people around you, ask them if they have voted, encourage them to vote early. Whatever state you are in, find out what the early voting rules are. Okay, I know the rules here in Wisconsin. I don't know about your state, what the deadlines are or what the guidelines are, whether you can vote early or not or whatever. Wherever you are, you have to find out. But let's talk about Arizona. If you are in Arizona, please talk to the people around you. Talk to your neighbors, talk to the members in your community, talk to the people in your place of worship, talk to your co-workers, talk to your family members, talk to your friends, talk to your old classmates. Okay? Like pick up the phone, call your old classmates. Maybe you've been out of school for many years now, but are you connected with your classmates on social media? Do you know their phone number? Call them up. Ask them, have you voted? Who are you going to vote for? I mean, really, my friends, it is so important. By the way, what are the rules in Arizona? Can you vote early or what? Can you vote early in Arizona? Okay. Hold on, my friends. By the way, with your help, I have now exceeded 6,600 subscribers. So thank you for that. Thank you for all the support. And so far tonight, in 39 minutes, more than 7,800 people have tuned in for this live stream. Let's see. Dylan writes, can we talk about the third-party candidates? You want to talk about third-party candidates? Well, listen. The most important third-party candidate was Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has endorsed Donald Trump. So what third party candidate do you want to talk about? Robert Kennedy was the significant, important third party candidate, but he's no longer a third party candidate because he endorsed Donald Trump. Let's see. By the way, Arizona, okay? I don't want to repeat it too much, but if you are in Arizona, you have to understand the significance of this election. You have to understand what's at stake. You have to vote for Donald J. Trump, and you have to vote for Kari Lake. Arizona, the future is in your hands, Arizona. The future is in your hands. Literally, the future is in your hands. So you gotta vote. You gotta vote for Donald Trump. You gotta vote for Kari Lake. Let me read some comments. AC Cruz writes, Lake is ahead. That is so great to hear. Jacob writes, why are you yelling? Jacob, you have to understand, Jacob, that I am excited about this election. I am very hopeful. I'm very passionate. When I talk about politics, I get very emotional. And so sometimes I'm a little loud, but that's okay. You know what? I'm the only one in this room. Okay? So if I scream, if I shout, it's not bothering anyone. Okay? So if it's bothering you, if you think I'm yelling, if you're listening to this using your headphones, then you can decrease the volume. You can decrease the volume, okay? You can do that, all right? Technology, it's beautiful. You can control the volume. Let's see who's here. Flight writes, are you Indian? Harris is Indian. I am not Indian, okay? I am not Indian. Shane writes, why are you screaming at us? Shane, come on. Am I screaming at you? Am I screaming at anyone? I don't think I'm screaming at anyone. My friends, am I screaming? I mean, look at me. Do I look like I'm screaming? Dana has a great question. Dana has the question of the evening. Dana is asking, where is your MAGA hat, Dana? I don't know what to tell you. What happened to my MAGA hat, Dana? Do you know? Why am I not wearing my MAGA hat? Why am I not wearing my MAGA hat? Where is it? Can you tell me? Can you tell me where it is? Where's my MAGA hat? It's right here. It's always right here. And if you like my MAGA hat, you know what you have to do. You have to hit the like button and you have to subscribe. Yeah, some people are going to say made in China, but I've answered that before. This hat is made in the USA. This hat is made in the USA. Claudia Greenwood writes, love the hat. All right. Noshin, a viewer named Noshin writes, Muslim for Trump here. That is so wonderful. Yes, Muslims are supporting Trump. Absolutely. The Muslims want peace and prosperity. And so highly respected Muslim leaders, and I've talked about this on this channel, in Michigan during a Trump rally, highly respected Muslim leaders endorsed Donald Trump. They came on stage, They stood next to Donald Trump and they endorsed Donald Trump. So absolutely, Christians, Jews, Muslims, and people from different religions, okay, different ethnicity, different color of the skin, everyone, freedom-loving people are supporting Donald Trump. This is how Donald Trump unites all people. Donald Trump unites all people, okay? A viewer writes, are you South Asian? Originally, I am South Asian. Originally, I am, okay? I'm from Bangladesh, so originally I'm South Asian, but I'm a proud American citizen. 9,600 people have watched this live stream so far tonight. This is wonderful. The momentum is strong. It is growing. Please subscribe if you have not done so already. Some people are here just to insult me. It is so sad. Very sad. Let's see. Oh, Naushin is writing, my husband is from Dhaka, but I was born here. That is so wonderful. Oh, that's great. Where do you live? What state are you in? I was born in Dhaka too. Suzanne writes, proud of you, Tassif. That is great. Thank you, Susan. Michelle writes, no lower energy cost will bring out. Okay, Michelle, I'm trying to read your comment. I missed it. Jen is writing, it's so sad you're voting for Trump. Jen, why is it sad? Why is it sad? Why is it sad? Voting for Trump is something that should make you happy. Please, wherever you live, if you are a U.S. citizen, you should vote for Trump too. I mean, don't you want to make America great again? Don't you want a stronger military? Don't you want affordable groceries? Tim Kane, a viewer named Tim Kane writes, hello, my new friend. Okay, so hello, Tim Kane, good to see you. Tim Kane, your name reminds me of the U.S. Senator Tim Kaine, although that Kane is spelled differently. It's K-A-I-N-E, and yours is K-A-N-E. Okay? By the way, I'm not a fan of the Senator Tim Kaine. Not a fan. Absolutely not. Okay? I mean, Democrat? No way. But Tim Kaine, the viewer Tim Kaine who's here, is addressing me as friend. So Tim Kaine, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this conversation. Okay, let's read some more comments. Let's hold on. Naushin writes, sadly, I'm in Chicago. Too liberal here. Oh, you are in Chicago. Well, I'm in Wisconsin, so Chicago is just real close. I know Chicago has challenges. Chicago is very blue. And Brandon Johnson really is such a bad mayor. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Make a list of the worst mayors, and Brandon Johnson's on that list. On that list. Mike Johnston of Denver, yeah, failed mayor. Brandon Johnson, failed mayor. By the way, those who are here for the first time, would you please subscribe? Would you please subscribe? Subscribe if you have not done so already. And you know what? I need not 70. I need 64 more subscriptions to get to 6,700. 64 more subscriptions. I ask for your support. I ask for your support, my friends. Please support this channel. and subscribe if you have not done so already, and like and share so we can move forward. Okay, I have talked about Arizona. You understand how important it is for the people of Arizona to vote for Donald Trump and to vote for Kari Lake. To vote for Donald Trump and to vote for Kari Lake. Very, very important. Now, if you look at, like, do you want, like, some good news? Do you want some good news? Well, then you have to look at Montana. If you want to be happy, if you're looking for, like, if you had a bad day, let's say you had a bad day, okay? I don't want you to have a bad day. I want you all to have very productive and happy and excellent days. But let's say for whatever reason you had a bad day and you are thinking, you know, I need some good news, something that's going to make me happy, something that's going to give me energy, something that's going to really like recharge me. Well, I'm going to give some good news to you. Montana, U.S. Senate race, we're going to win. We are going to win that race. We are. Tim Sheehy is going to defeat Jon Tester. It is going to happen. It is going to happen in Montana for the first time in many years. Jon Tester is going to be behind. Okay? Is going to be behind, and Tim Sheehy is going to jump ahead. Tim Sheehy is going to win the U.S. Senate race in Montana. Finally, Jon Tester will be defeated. If you want Jon Tester to be defeated, if you want Republicans to win the U.S. Senate race in Montana, write Republicans win Montana. I want to see how many of you support Republicans in Montana. You don't have to be a Montana resident. I'm just saying, do you want to see Republicans winning the Montana U.S. Senate race? Then write Republicans win Montana. Sheila writes Republicans win Montana. Dana writes Republicans win Montana. Dee Dee writes Republicans win Montana. Relaya writes Republicans win Montana. AJ writes Republicans for Montana. Republicans all the way. AJ writes Republicans win Montana. LaDonna writes Republicans win Montana. This is the energy. This is the enthusiasm. We are going to win Montana. I think that is the most favorable state right now when you look at U.S. Senate races. Most favorable. I think Jim Justice also in West Virginia. West Virginia is also very favorable. But West Virginia is not considered battleground. I think we have West Virginia. I think we're going to win West Virginia. Joe Manchin is not running for re-election, so he's retiring. And I think Jim Justice is going to win the U.S. Senate race in West Virginia. So we got one. We got another one with Montana. And there are others that we are going to win. My friends, election night is coming. Here we are. Here we are. This is Tuesday night. And think about a week from now, next Tuesday night, like this is, Amaretto writes, Bob Casey is winning Pennsylvania. Bob Casey, I am hoping and praying. I'm asking God, God, please, let the Republicans defeat Bob Casey, God. I'm praying to God so that Bob Casey loses in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania should vote Republicans. I'm praying to God, I'm hoping and I'm praying to God that Bob Casey is defeated this time in Pennsylvania. Dave McCormick needs to win. Dave McCormick needs to win in Pennsylvania. So as I was saying, a week from now, next Tuesday at 11:54 p.m. Central Time, where will we be? Will we have the election results or will we not? Exactly a week from now. Can you imagine how close we are? Do you understand how close we are to this historic election, which is the most important election of our lifetime? The most important. I know you've heard that before, but this really is the most important election of our lifetime. Because if the Republicans lose, then we are not going to have an economy anymore. Our economy will be completely destroyed if the Republicans lose and the Democrats win, my friends. You gotta vote. You gotta vote. You gotta vote. Vote. Vote early. Vote early. Don't wait for the day of the election. Vote early. Get your votes in. Then you don't have to worry about it on election day. Sherry writes, I voted today. Sheila writes, voted yesterday. That is great. Who else voted? Dana writes, Trump, 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 Trump. Absolutely. Andrew writes, Arizona for Trump. Claudia Greenwood writes, I voted. Excellent, Claudia. By the way, my friends, your support for my channel tonight has been so amazing. 140 likes already on this video, and we are not even 60 minutes into the live stream. In less than 60 minutes, more than 140 thumbs up. This is so great. This is so great. AJ writes, Ted Cruz needs a prayer in Texas. Texas, my friends in Texas. Texas is a state that all freedom-loving Americans love. And Texas, you gotta vote. Don't take anything for granted. Don't think, oh, Ted Cruz is gonna win Texas. You know, he's doing well, he's gonna win Texas. No, you gotta vote. If you think that, oh, you know, if you, let's say you are a Republican voter, you support Ted Cruz, but you're thinking, oh, you know, Ted Cruz is gonna win, no worries, he's gonna do fine. And then as a result, you sit at home and you don't go and vote. That is going to be the biggest mistake. You have to vote. Even if, like, somebody tells you, you know what, your candidate is 20 points ahead. There's no way that your candidate is going to lose. Your candidate is 20 points ahead. Everything's great. You know, don't just let that get into your mind, because if you do, then people will slow down. As Trump said, always think that you are 1 point behind. Okay? So in Texas, if you are a freedom-loving American, just think that Ted Cruz is behind, because that will give you a sense of urgency to go vote. So don't think, even if your candidate is way ahead in the polls, don't think that your candidate is ahead. Think that your candidate is behind. And then you'll have the urgency to go vote. Swaggy writes, red wave coming. Okay, so the title of this live stream is Election 2024, a week of anticipation. It is a week of anticipation. It is a week of anticipation. We're thinking, what's going to happen? Because we have seen in the past how polls can be wrong. We have seen in the past how unpredictable things can happen. In 2016, everyone thought Hillary's going to win. Hillary lost. And 2020, I still have many questions about 2020. I still have many questions about 2020. What happened in 2020? What happened in 2020? I have many questions about the 2020 election. Garfield writes, buy groceries. You're asking me to buy groceries or what? By the way, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I always have to make sure that I've got my charger connected. Claudia writes, we will have tears of joy when Trump wins. We absolutely will. Tears of joy when Trump wins. He's going to win. My friends, you need to support this channel, please. You have to subscribe if you have not done so already. This is so important, my friends. I'm trying to use my freedom of speech to share the facts, to tell the truth, and to raise awareness, because we have to protect our freedom. And so, if you have not subscribed yet, please do it. All right. What state should I talk about now? We're talking about election 2024, a week of anticipation. So what is it that's on your mind? What state would you like to talk about? What race would you like to talk about? Do you want to talk about a U.S. Senate race? You want to talk about the presidential race? You want to talk about the balance of power in Congress? What is it that you want to talk about? Let me know, my friends, and we will talk about it, okay? A viewer writes, Wisconsin. You want to talk about Wisconsin? Let's talk about Wisconsin. Wisconsin is a battleground state. Tammy Baldwin is a career politician, okay? There are some career politicians. Tammy Baldwin is a career politician. She's a Democrat U.S. Senator in Wisconsin, and she is up for re-election. And Eric Hovde, a Republican businessman, is running against Tammy Baldwin to defeat Tammy Baldwin. Right now, the Real Clear polling average shows that Democrat Tammy Baldwin is at 47.7%, and Democrat Tammy Baldwin is at 47.7%. Republican Eric Hovde is at 47.3%. So Baldwin, according to Real Clear polling average, is up by 0.4 percentage points. What does that mean? That likely means that in reality, Eric Hovde is ahead. Okay, that's how my brain works. Wherever they put the Republicans in the poll, I think the Republicans are usually a little bit ahead. Okay, let me see the live chat window. Hold on. Okay. A viewer wants to talk about Hulk Hogan. We can talk about Hulk Hogan, really. Hulkamania, Hulk Hogan supporting Donald Trump. And I think Hulk Hogan's endorsement is really going to help Trump. Absolutely. I mean, look at all the people who are even like former Democrats, right? Who are endorsing Trump, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Tulsi Gabbard. So Trump really has tremendous energy on his side. Former Democrats are supporting Donald Trump. Okay? So that helps the party grow because a lot of new people are coming into the party. A lot of new people. Let's see. I'm reading some comments. Hold on. I gotta read some comments here. Okay, so I think Eric Hovde is going to win. Okay, I think Eric Hovde is going to win the U.S. Senate race in Wisconsin. I think Baldwin will be defeated, so that's another seat that we can I shouldn't say very easily, but I think we'll win. Okay, the easy ones are going to be West Virginia and Montana. We're going to win those. But we can also win in Wisconsin. I think it's very, very possible. All right. Michelle is leaving. Michelle says good night. Okay. Yeah, somebody AJ writes, look at Tulsi Gabbard. Exactly. Tulsi Gabbard left the Democratic Party, became a Republican. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. left the Democratic Party and endorsed Donald Trump. Tulsi Gabbard also endorsed Donald Trump. So yeah, things are looking good. Things are looking good. I mean, of course, there are people out there who are going to say, but Liz Cheney is supporting Harris. Remember, Liz Cheney was defeated. Liz Cheney was defeated in the primary. Okay, when she ran for re-election, Liz Cheney was defeated by Harriet Hageman. Remember that? In Wyoming, Harriet Hageman defeated Liz Cheney. So Liz Cheney was defeated. So Republicans left Liz Cheney and they voted for Harriet Hageman. Why did they do it? So Liz Cheney was rejected by the Republican voters, by the Republicans. Republican voters in the Republican primary. In the Republican primary, when Liz Cheney was up for re-election, there was a primary challenger, and the Republican voters voted for Harriet Hageman and not Liz Cheney. So Liz Cheney lost the primary, so she was rejected by the Republicans. She was rejected by the Republicans, and now, as a result of that, you know, she doesn't like Trump, so she endorses Harris. So it doesn't matter what Liz Cheney does, okay? Doesn't matter what Liz Cheney does. Look at Robert F. Kennedy Jr., look at Tulsi Gabbard, look at who they are supporting. And they are supporting Donald J. Trump. All right, my friends, we are 1 hour, 9 minutes into the live stream. Let me wrap up the poll. The question I asked is, have you already voted, plan to vote early, or will you vote on election day, November 5, 2024? Okay, so people have voted. Let me write down the results. Give me 1 second. Okay. Have you already voted plan to vote early, or will you vote on election day? Okay. The choices are already voted, plan to vote early, or vote on election day. Okay, I'm ending the poll. 616 votes in. Chip is here. Hello, Chip. Okay. So 58% said voted early or plan to vote early, and 41% said vote on election day. Okay, my friends, I asked the poll question tonight. Have you already voted, or do you plan to vote early? So that's one option. You either already voted or you plan to vote early. And then the other option is, will you vote on election day? Will you vote on election day? So most people are saying that they either already voted or they plan to vote early. 58% said that, and 41% said that they will vote on election day. So whatever you prefer, just make sure that you vote, okay? Vote early or vote on election day, but please vote. Owen Williams writes, I already voted for Trump. That is great. That is great. Amanda writes, I will vote on election day. Wonderful. Wonderful. So my friends, I will be ending the live stream here. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so very much. I will be back again with another live stream. And so stay tuned, stay connected to my channel. Subscribe if you have not done so already. And like this video, share this video, watch my previous videos, watch the replays of my previous videos, and just tell your friends, tell your family members, tell your neighbors about this channel, and ask them to watch my videos, ask them to subscribe and be a part of this community. So my friends, thank you so very much. I will be back again soon. I know this is a little shorter than usual. My live streams are much longer than this. But I do have to end it now. But I will be back with more videos, more live streams. So please stay connected, my friends. Thank you so very much. Vote for Donald J. Trump. Vote for Republican candidates down ballot. So if there are U.S. Senate races, House races, gubernatorial races, please vote for Republican candidates and vote for Donald Trump. And let's make America great again. Thank you so very much, my friends. Have a wonderful night, and I will be back again soon. Thank you.